There are many reasons why I love Christmas in Puerto Rico. Today, join me on a journey where I'll show you a little bit of my tradition and my coquito. What I love about my fellow Puerto Ricans and the holiday season there is that they know how to party. We start celebrating Christmas in Puerto Rico right after Halloween, and it doesn't end all the way until mid-January. But what's great, it's the music. More specifically, parranda. Think of parranda like Christmas carol or Christmas caroling. But instead of religious music and starting early in the morning, parranda doesn't start at the very earliest 11 o'clock at night. Imagine this huge group of people that suddenly show up at the front of your house with very loud music and singing and dancing and partying. And their purpose is to get into your house, to wake you up and get you to join them in the party. And then everybody joins up and you go down house to house. And this doesn't end until like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. It's actually really unique and pretty awesome. There's a reason why they say Puerto Rico has the longest Christmas season in the world. Before we make the drink, if for any reason at all you don't want to make this recipe and you happen to be in the New York City area, I'm happy to announce that a bar that I used to work at in Brooklyn called Grand Army, they're going to be serving this exact same recipe of My Coquito all December long. I'll leave all the details about this in the description down below. All right, let's make the coquito. Every Christmas season, Puerto Ricans make coquito. But in order to do this drink, we need our base. In a saucepan, add 3 cinnamon sticks crushed, 3 cardamom pods, 4 cloves, 1 star anise, and 1 whole vanilla bean. Split the vanilla bean open and scrape out the seeds with a spoon and add it to your saucepan. And to that, you're gonna add 2 cups or 475 mils of filtered water. Bring the water to a boil for 1 minute. Then immediately reduce to a simmer. Let your spiced tea cool down for a bit. Now in a blender or a very large pot, pour your spiced tea mix. By the way, you want to strain out all the spices. To that, you're gonna add 2 cups or 475 mils of unsweetened coconut puree. This may be a bit hard to find for some. I like this brand, but it can be a bit expensive. So alternatively, you may use 1 2/3 cups or 300 mils of organic unsweetened coconut cream and half a cup or 95 mils of filtered water. And with that, you can substitute the coconut puree. Add 1 1/4 cups or 300 mils of sweetened condensed milk. I made my own by using 3 parts milk, 1 part sugar, and half part of cream. If you don't want to make this, use 1 whole can of sweetened condensed milk instead. Finally, add 16 ounces or 475 mils of sweetened house-made coconut cream. If you don't want to make your own coconut cream, you can just use 1 whole can of Coco Lopez. The recipe for everything will be in the description down below. Blend all of your ingredients. Start at low speed and slowly go to high. Leave it in high speed for about a minute. Now that our base is done, it's time to bottle. But before you bottle this, add 1 cinnamon stick to each bottle. Now you may pour your coquito mix and let it rest in the fridge overnight. This recipe should yield about 2 bottles. Another way of doing this is adding the rum to your coquito mix. That way, you have the whole recipe batched and ready to go. You'll need at least 2 cups of rum, but adjust that to your taste. But you know me and my love for rum, so we're gonna go a little bit extra. In a shaker, add 3 ounces or 30 mils of your coquito mix. Then add 1 ounce or 30 mils of aged Puerto Rican rum, 3/4 ounce or 22.5 mils of aged Jamaican rum. And last, but certainly not least, 1/4 ounce or 7.5 mils of white overproof rum. Add 1 ice cube to your shaker and give it a good whip shake. And if you're as hyped as I am right now, do this little dance. Wepa! If you made it this far, I thank you and salute you. Also, don't forget to subscribe, because that makes me smile. Once done shaking, strain your cocktail into a chilled double rocks glass filled with ice. And for the last touch, add a generous amount of freshly grated nutmeg. And that's my coquito. It's time to taste the coquito. This is not your typical coquito. It's not overly sweet. It's pretty well balanced. Also, the nutmeg helps out to cut a little bit of that sweetness. The Jamaican rum gives it a nice funkiness. The overproof rum gives it a nice kick to it. Those two Jamaican rums don't overshadow the Puerto Rican rum we used here. This is the Puerto Rican eggnog. Think about it like a coconut rum eggnog. It's absolutely delicious. Everybody should try it at least once. This drink will definitely spice things up during the holiday season for you. This is such a holiday staple for Puerto Ricans that I know someone in my family that made 5 bottles of these already. And as I'm filming this, it's not even Christmas Day. Thank you so much for watching once again. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. Hope everybody has a wonderful time. And before I go, I'll just leave you with this. Si el mar fuera cerveza y el río fuera ron, yo nadaría como un buen campeón. Si el mar fuera ron, mariachis, but that's different.